Igor for his presentation and his insights. I wanted to briefly share with you some information on the work of the Network of Sustainable Tourism in Observatories, INSTO, as we have many participants joining us today that might not be so familiar with the work. It's a network that is in place since 2004 and is a network where destinations are coming together that are committed to monitor the economic, environmental, and social impact of tourism at the destination level. It's an initiative that is based on UN Tourism's longstanding commitment to sustainable and resilient growth of the sector through measurement and monitoring. That means we have a network, as Dirk said, 44 members, 44 destinations that are committed to base their sustainability development on participatory approaches is one of the key issue areas that we consider highly relevant. On evidence, namely monitoring in 11 key issue areas, one of which is accessibility and transparency. That means that the network as such is a continuously growing network where not the quantity, but the quality and the commitment is the most important element of our thinking. The 44 observatories are located all over the globe. As you can see here, we have 14 in Europe. Two of them will talk today, namely South Tyrol and Malaga, and others in the Americas and Asia and the Pacific. The work of the observatories has a lot of experiences and insights that we try to share through the website with the stakeholders. We have a site with tools and resources that you can access. We are holding on a regular basis webinars on the 11 key issue areas and also on how to become a member of INSTO Network is available online. Also information on events that we're holding on a regular basis, such as our global INSTO meetings. It's an annual meeting where all the observatories are coming together once per year can be found. Very briefly on the repository of tools and resources where we post information on all the 11 key issue areas. So these are the 11 mandatory issue areas where we expect our members to provide information in a regular basis, namely in so-called annual progress reports, as you can see them here, and one of them being accessibility. So when you go to this repository site, you find various resources there, such as webinar that we held 2.5 years ago on the topic of accessibility. We see here also the ISO standard to which Igor made reference, as well as the San Marino Action Agenda, but also other publications that once you get started or you're working on accessibility issue might be of interest to you. This is a living website. That means whenever you have information for us that you believe would be valuable for other destinations to know about, then please feel free to share those with us. Now, in our work, in our daily work with the observatories, with the destinations, we, of course, work very much on the progress and the processes that are behind the monitoring work. That means also that we are looking into the indicators that the various observatories are using in order to measure economic benefits, in order to measure employment or water management or energy management. And the same we are doing also, of course, for accessibility. So that means that gives us a good understanding on what these 44 members are doing in these particular areas. At the same time, we do the mapping on what are the indicators that exist that have been developed over time. So we are looking into all the resources that are out there. For instance, here are UN tourism publications on indicators work and for destinations relevant. Here we usually make reference to this book that was published in 2004, so it's already 20 years old, but still highly relevant because there are more than 500 indicators proposed in all possible fields of monitoring, among those also on accessibility. So here you get a good indication on what indicators could be used at the destination level, which could be suitable for your context at the destination level. At the same time, as you have heard from Dr. Glaser and also Igor, that the measurement of sustainable tourism framework has been adopted in March of this year by the UN Statistical Committee. That means also in this extensive work, there is a chapter on the social dimension of tourism, among this aspect also the accessibility, where also indicators are proposed as Igor just mentioned. That means we are doing this analysis, what indicators are out there, not only from UN tourism side, but also at the GSTC, OECD. And then we see through our work with the observatories and through the reports that the observatories are submitting on a regular basis to UN tourism, be it through the preliminary reports that are the destinations that are applying for membership, and they have to submit preliminary reports, or the annual progress reports. So we analyze this in all the issue areas and can then say, see, here the often used indicator in the area of accessibility that is more used than other indicators is, for instance, the percentage of hotels with rooms accessible to persons with disabilities, as well as the percentage of restaurants, hotels, and public buildings with wheelchair accessible restrooms. Or another one is a percentage of attractions with wheelchair access. So these are some of the indicators that we find. But there are also indicators out there where the destination itself has developed a own specific indicator only for its own destination and for its purpose. So what we are very much interested is not so much, on one side the indicator, but also the process that stands behind the identification and the selection of the indicator. And with this, thank you very much. Should you require or want to reach out to us, here's also our website.